Can I hit that button?
Right.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into the DLLS Cowboys Podcast. We got scoops on Micah Parsons and negotiations, NFC offseasons we're going to take a look at, and it's a mock draft Friday. All of that starts now, so strap in. It starts actually not now. It starts meow. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome into today's Cowboys DLLS podcast. It's good to see you. Nice to be here. All right, kicking ass, taking names. We got scoops.
We do.
We got scoops today. Big scoops. Shout out to everybody who's here before the show even starts, hitting that like button. You guys are beasts. We love you. And thanks. My name is Jeff. Cavanaugh! Seated next to me, getting a little hefty, pushing the seat down a little bit. Former Cowboys wide receiver Jesse Holly.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
Did he call you big boned? What did he call you?
He can call me whatever he wants.
Call you bottom heavy?
They know what it is on a Friday. Sun's out, guns out, baby. Ain't nothing hefty over here, but you know.
Next to Jesse is the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys and the star of today's show, Clarence Hill.
Club hop hop, where legends drop. Clarence Hill just can't stop. Breaking news, you gotta hop in Club hop hop.
What's up, Clarence?
Did I make Club Pop Up?
What do you mean?
Yeah. You made Club Pop
I
Up.
made Club Pop Up. I made Club Pop Up.
Bottle service and everything for you today.
I made Club Pop Up.
Yeah. Clarence got good stuff. Clarence got some good stuff. Is Joe on assignment? He is, and as most of you have figured out by now, Joe is
Fired.
Joe Hoyt is
Fired.
He is absolutely a member of the CIA or some sort of group like that, and he is
That's
out.
his dad.
He's out doing something. But we start today's show with breaking, exclusive scoopage when it comes to Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys. They're about to sign this thing, huh, Clarence?
Well, can I just, before you get to that, this is a prime place right here.
Yeah.
Product placement.
Yeah, hefty Jesse, tell him.
All right. No, it doesn't bother me because it's not true. You see, this is what good leaders do. It doesn't bother me. It's like a duck, water off my back.
Before the show
You know what I
started,
mean?
Jesse was like, is my chair sitting a little
Yeah, it
lower?
was
And so I
sitting a
said,
little
maybe you
low.
added some weight. And he said, no, I'm down to 227. I said, 227? You played smaller than that, I bet. 215. He's talking about adding 12 is good. And I'm thinking maybe you cut 12.
No, I can't.
You don't have to
I wish
be
I
big
could.
no more.
No, but great product placement. Our guy, the CEO of Club Pop Pop, went and got an exclusive yesterday. Wrote a great article.
Oh, yes.
You got to be a diehard to read these.
You got to be a diehard to
You
get
got to
those.
be a die. Like these are the things.
I mean, we're going to tell you some of it
We're
on
going
the
to tell
show.
you some of it, but to read the integral details of it, being a diehard gives you all of that, and you would have had it before the show started.
Yeah.
So you would come into this show with a lot of the information and being able to put those things together. Stop listening to that national news, y'all.
Yeah, they don't know nothing.
They don't know
They're
nothing.
a bunch of idiots.
We got legit 27 years only beat since he got here. Only 4 playoff wins.
Dang.
Not his fault,
He ain't won nothing.
but not saying it's not his fault either. Boots on the ground. Exclusive.
Most Cowboy beat writers are idiots, and they don't know what they're talking about.
Ooh.
But Clarence talked to Micah
Mike
Parsons.
Fisher.
Let's stop
you
it,
took that
sir,
shot.
sir. We love them all.
I love every beat writer. I'm just saying some of them are stupid.
Yes.
But Clarence knows everything. Clarence, what's going on? They about to sign Micah or what?
You know, it's funny because
It better be funny.
You know, there was internet chatter a couple of days ago about Michael deal and from his brother.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
Cowboys are moving different now.
They're moving different. They'll get it done.
By the way, you've revealed yourself, Terrence. You're no longer a source.
No.
Nah,
See,
he's revealed himself.
it's devil in the detail.
Oh, okay.
So He got it from Micah. Because talking to Micah, I asked Micah about the contract, and it's coming along. It's coming along well.
Okay, so his agent and the Cowboys are really getting into the deets.
Then I talked to somebody else that was in the building, some other people in the building, and they have not had any real talks. And so what the Cowboys have done is they're talking to Micah.
That's
but
not
they're not
how
talking
it works.
to his agent.
So
they're talking
nowhere.
to Micah and blowing Micah up, but we're going to get this done. But they have yet had no substantive talks with his agent about getting it done.
Okay.
But
Is that a Jerry Jones special?
He did it to Tyron. He got Tyron in a room, and he got
Jerry
it signed
tries
without
to
his
pull
agent.
guys in a room away from the agent to whisper sweet nothings in their ear and tell them how much he loves them and how much their important is, and then give them that low ball number with wording and verbiage that you might not truly understand to get them to shake hands and say, you said yes.
Right. And so Micah feels good about where things are going, except that
sign it, Micah. Don't let your agent talk to him. Don't let your agent talk to him. Just sign
talk
it.
you out of this.
And we all know the longer they wait, the number's going to continue going up. And so Micah talked about 40. He talked about, I don't need 40. He realized that 40 is real because of what the market is.
I don't need 40.
But again, 42. Micah's not going to put pen to paper in negotiations without his agent.
What if you get him drinking a little bit?
He doesn't drink. That's one.
I don't know if Micah drinks.
He does not drink.
What if you get him smoking a little bit?
He don't drink or smoke.
Edible in a little bit.
He doesn't drink or smoke.
What if you get him on ecstasy?
What?
He doesn't know.
Not legal.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get Parsons signed.
He doesn't have any
on
drugs.
The cheap.
He doesn't do drugs at all. But I mean, what's the cheap? I mean, the cheap is, the money's going to be the money. We all know that.
$4 million.
It's going to be 40.
Does Micah have
how much over 40 is the question. But the bottom line is, which there have been no real talks. So there was some story like Stephen Jones said, we've begun negotiations. Yeah, they've talked to Micah, but
that is not beginning negotiations because that's not who you're going to negotiate with. So they're lying and doing what they always do and pushing back the negotiations they need to have. You're not having negotiations if you're talking to the player. He ain't going to sign it. He's not. Micah is not negotiating. Like he can be like, and walk out like, had a good talk, Jer. That was great. Call my agent.
Here's where I'm at a crossroad with this because, and two things can be true. I look at the deals, and his agent is David Malugeta, who's Athletes First.
Yeah, Athletes First. One of the top agents who gets the best deals.
So a part of me is saying,
David, sign up to be a diehard.
David, please. You got $48. Sign up to be a diehard, my guy. A part of me is saying David Malugeta is a shark. He is arguably the best in the game right now. And everything that he's done, from the Deshaun Watson deal to the Jalen Ramsey deal to the J.C. Horn deals to the
Derek Stingley
deals, nothing about him, and there's other deals in between, nothing about this man says, I'm leaving this table not being able to say that I am the agent of the player who got the highest deal, non-quarterback deal in NFL history.
Let me rephrase that. Best deal for my client.
Meaning the most money.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't need I hear what you're saying.
My crossroad is Micah saying I don't need 40.
No, he acknowledged 40 is on the table. That was in December.
But it's no longer 40. The number is like the
numbers what it is.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's Micah's saying I don't need 40. The number has moved. So that as he's saying he doesn't need.
And he said he'll be happy with 40 now.
Need 40 now.
How much over 40 he's going to get is the question.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's all. I'm just trying to piece this thing together. I'm trying to figure out where we're going to be at. I know the deal is going to eventually happen. But I'm like, nothing about David says, not only am I going to get him all of the monies.
Yeah.
Not only am I going to, like, his deal is going to have all of the things we talk about trading and all that. It's probably going to have a no trade clause in there. It's probably going to be somewhere where he can kind of get back to the table in the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Probably. It's just two conflicting things. Micah's saying one thing, and I'm looking at David, and everything that he does in his contract say, y'all can stop listening over here to Mike. And I know that I work for him in essence.
Yeah.
But I'm not going into this negotiation and allowing the Joneses to weasel themselves out of here with anything less than the largest non-quarterback deal in the league.
Yeah.
In NFL history.
And listen, Michael's deserving of it.
Yes.
What he's done the first 4 years of his career only compares to Reggie White, okay, with at least 12 sacks first 4 years. What he did 3 times NFL defensive MVP. He's finished top 3 in balloting for that. 3-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler. The way he started his career rivals some of the greats of the game. And, it don't take long to call roll when you're doing that. So he's deserving of all of that.
Yes.
I got a plan. I actually have 2 plans. I have 2 concepts of 2 plans.
Okay.
You tell me which one you like better.
All right.
Plan number 1.
I'm
going to get an old school, y'all familiar with the spittoon?
Nope.
Little brass bucket that sits on the ground.
Yeah. So
back in the day,
it's country.
I'm probably got
from the city.
Yeah, it's country.
I'm thinking about getting a spittoon, hanging out outside the Star, collecting change.
Okay.
And then once I have a good amount of change, I'm going to go inside and get it to Jerry. I'm going to say, I got this money. Could you please call the guy who's actually going to do the contract? Don't pretend that you're negotiating with Micah and trying to get something done when you haven't called the guy who's actually going to do the deal. So I'm going to try to get Jerry some money together so that he can make that call.
All right.
But then my other plan,
panhandling outside of the Star,
to get enough money,
maybe frowned upon,
so that Jerry can actually negotiate with the star player that he has not even begun negotiating with. I'm sorry, he has, because he talked to the player. Idea number 2. We make some Fire Nico signs and pick it outside the Star to try to get them to negotiate with Micah's agent and try to get the deal done.
Okay.
Like Fire Nico, and the other one says, we could use your name if you don't get some stuff done.
Ooh.
It's Fire Nico for now.
But
we got eyes on you. 2 sides.
Right.
I like 2.
You think I get deported?
Back to Ireland?
I guess. I'd have to do a DNA thing, but I think Ireland would be number 1. Yeah.
Isn't Cavanaugh Irish?
It is. Yeah.
Send him back to Ireland.
Yeah, all right. Those are my 2 ideas. If anybody has any better ideas for trying to get Micah signed. And retrospectro, I don't appreciate that accusation. Jeff, you're lying. You know damn well that bucket's going to the pool fund.
Well,
I do owe about $23,900 on the pool still. But yeah, maybe call the guy who's going to negotiate the deal, and don't pretend and tell us that like we're working hard at it and we're going to get this thing done when you're only talking to the player who's not going to do the negotiating. That's not negotiating.
What else did you get from? Did you say where you were at?
Yeah,
we want to make sure we give proper.
Micah had a big day yesterday for his charity, the Lion Heart Foundation. He had a bowling event in Frisco at Main Event, and then he had a dinner last night at the Catch.
Okay.
This was Micah's stuff? Because I saw a picture of him donating to OSA.
He did.
He's got a different thing going on?
OSA has something else going on later in the month. He donated to OSA, right. But it was Micah's event. OSA was there, and talked to OSA.
Was Tank there?
Tank was not there.
Was he invited?
Was Tank there?
Tank was not there. A lot of the coaches showed up at different times during the events. I know Matt Eberflus and a lot of other teammates and a lot of coaches were at the bowling event and at the dinner. Brian Schottenheimer stopped by. The new linebackers coach was there.
You know what? That's not to be glossed over. That's really not to be glossed over, because if
he's a new head coach, he had to be there.
Oh, it didn't have to be there. Didn't have to. But if I'm trying to ingratiate myself into this team, build the relationships,
build culture,
build culture.
They're trying to get him to drink.
Both sides of the ball.
Get that contract.
He don't drink.
They're trying to get him to.
But that's not to be glossed over, right? Like at least Eberflus and Shoddy and others are saying if it's local,
yes,
and our players are doing something, and to some it may not seem like much, but to others who have guys who have a bunch of other things to do, even if they just stop by, I think that means a lot to players.
Yeah. So, and I know we're coming up against the break, but
we'll just carry it over. Anything that you learned is the top stories.
I think that one other thing we need to talk about, certainly, he didn't shy away from the back and forth he had with DeMarcus Lawrence last week about being a leader and it's time to lead. And so next segment, we'll go into that.
Who would win a fight between Micah Parsons and Tank Lawrence is next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
If you're not taking care of your health, then what the hell are you doing?
Facts.
You should be worried about getting better, staying better. I keep telling you guys, health doesn't start when you get to the doctor's office. It starts before. And our friends at Timeline is here to do that. Head over to timeline.com and use the promo code DLLS, and you too can get 10% off their product. Let me tell you about Timeline. Timeline sells health and longevity supplements featuring their what? Proprietary.
Yeah.
Meta Pure ingredients.
You're crushing it.
Meta Pure works with the cells in your body to help prevent age-related decline.
Don't want to decline.
Age-related.
Don't look at Clarence like that.
Related decline.
He's
you
on
don't
the
want to decline. Benefits includes increasing strength, energy, and endurance. It's 15 years of research. Head on over to timeline.com and use the promo code DLLS and get your 10% off today.
All right, now I'm going to tell you guys about something that's very important for you, and it's very important for me. I'm really talking to myself here because of the pool fund.
No, me too.
I got to save some money.
You're talking to me too.
I got to save some money.
I need to send me the link.
Ownwell.com, OWNWELL.com/DLLS. So what Ownwell does is they're going to help you out if you are like me and you're a homeowner and you realize, oh, wow, my mortgage, I sure am paying a different amount than I used to be paying. And in my case, it's about $500 higher than it used to be. So the guys at Ownwell are going, they're going to go sniffing around for me. What they do is they help you out because property taxes, they go up and up and up. And they're like, hey, we should only pay what's fair. Did you know you can fight your property taxes and save thousands of dollars every year? That's what Ownwell helps you do. Hundreds of thousands of happy customers. 86% of their customers receive a reduction with the average customer savings of $1,102. So get on over there. The deadline to protest is May 15th in most counties. Ownwell.com/DLLS. All right, DLLS Cowboys Podcast. Now, Clarence, you said that Micah Parsons last night, you were hanging out with him because you guys are besties. And then he said that he was going to beat up Tank Lawrence.
That's not what he said.
That's not what he said?
Yeah.
Now you got Micah beating up me. You got Micah beating up Tank.
Tank about 270 now.
Let me just say that this was an event.
Huh? That'd be a good fight.
This was a charity event that was tended about, like I said, you had a couple of teammates there. You also had Derwin James there, and you had Tyreek Hill there, and
recruiting guys we can't. No, I'm playing.
Tyreek Hill have any of the youngsters with him?
Any of the women's
or them's?
Anyway, funny thing about it is you guys talked about, me hanging.
It better be funny.
They tried to get me to follow him out. I said, no, I got to go home.
Follow who out?
After.
Wait, you turned down an after?
Man, I can't do it.
With Micah?
I can't do it.
That's
you could have had more scoops.
You should have took your time.
I had to come back and write. I had to get this stuff together.
We could have pushed that off.
Tell Micah I apologize for all the stuff we say. Next time when you're around him and you had to go home, I'll meet up.
Listen,
and
I'm like,
sorry about Jesse.
I'm like, I used to.
He don't want you there.
Not a good time.
I'm saying he don't want you there.
I used to party with Prime and Play in the 80s, man.
You're not supposed to do that. You're a beat writer.
They're my age. I look like hanging out with 20-year-olds.
It's not about that. It's about getting the scoop.
Well, I mean, I understand. Are
you single,
I got to work. Yes.
Man, you just want to be on the outside of that bubble.
I had to come on my transcribe. I had to write. I had to be ready.
You hang out in that group, you won't have to be single.
Tyreek, I don't want
nothing. You hang in that group, the crumbs that fall to you.
You get a crumb.
You get a crumb. You get a crumb or two.
One crumb.
Yeah.
One crumb a weekend.
I've been in this scene before. Yeah. I've been in this scene before.
All right, no Club Pop then. That song is dead. Yeah. It ain't Club Pop no more.
It was a week now. I got things to do.
2-3 o'clock in the morning. You looking good to somebody out there, man.
I'm looking good.
No.
He's off.
No
more pop.
No.
Geriatric pop. In the bed, 9:30 pop.
It wasn't no 9:30.
No, yeah.
Melanin, melatonin, pop.
Melanin,
melatonin.
It wasn't even 9:30.
No, geriatric pop. You did. Oh, good.
It was already after that, man. I'm just saying.
I like multiple people in the chat. Like Terrence Parsons said it was done.
Oh, wow.
We just told you that a beat writer who talked to Micah Parsons is telling you that the Cowboys haven't even talked to his agent. It ain't done. Like, Jerry Jones can tell Micah Parsons whatever he wants. Like, we love you. You're the best. We're going to get you all the money. That's not negotiating. You need to call his agent.
But part of the thing, like, again, Osa was there. He talked about being a leader. His organization is about being.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Put Retro Spectro up there.
Well, he kills it in the chat.
Can I say it? Yeah. He said, damn the writing. Grab a blue chew and that yak and go to the after party. Come on, man.
Clarence, you have, and I will speak for our boss. If you are going from a charity event with the Cowboys' most important and popular players to an after party, you're excused from the show the next day.
You might, yeah.
You're excused.
Yeah, you're excused.
I got to come to the show.
Just call
We
in.
got you.
Listen.
Roll over, walk out of the after spot and phone in. Hey, y'all, I just left the after spot. I was with the crew. I'm tired. I ain't going to make it in, but I got an exclusive for y'all later on.
He's addicted to the camera. We got Clarence on camera every day, and he's like,
No, you know
I
what?
can't do anything else.
You lost your way, bro.
See, I could have kept it to myself.
Yeah, well,
I
you
coulda
should
kept
have.
it to
Now we're
myself.
disappointed.
I'm just giving y'all what was going on, you know.
You scoop.
But anyway, talking to Michael last night, he talked about, his foundation and importance of leadership. And he said, I've made some mistakes in leadership early on. I've learned from mistakes. I'm a young player, but it's important to me. But more importantly, he talked about, I asked him about D-Law and Hooker.
Did he say
openly talking about.
Did he say F that Nickelback?
Come on, man.
That slot corner?
That was close.
That was close.
That was close.
Real close. That's real close.
The bottom line is,
That's close.
he
I like
said,
Nickelback.
I
My-
like Nickelback too.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, okay? I tweet. I like
don't
to
drink,
tweet.
I don't smoke,
I do.
I tweet.
I give it my effort on the field.
And I tweet.
I tweet.
That's like Kate. I love Kevin Durant sometimes popping up. He's like, look, I'm going to get these tweets on.
Yeah.
Like,
I tweet. He said, and it pointedly say, long as I play the way I play and perform the way I perform, that shouldn't matter. Said, did my tweet cause you to jump off sides on the goal line? That was a pointed shot right there.
Oh, he took a shot at Tank there.
Okay.
I'm here.
Did my
I'm
tweet
here
did
for
cause
it.
you to jump off sides on the goal line?
I'm here for it. And I need Tank to start tweeting out about Micah's numbers at the end of seasons and in postseason. I just give me the chaos. Let's go. Let's get after it.
So, but he said, I tweet. That's what I do. That's all I do. And I do it on my off day. And so that shouldn't be an issue.
He tweets on his on days
Well,
too.
The podcast on the off day, and just behind the scenes on the podcast, he has to do nothing. Okay, they have a girl that flies in from Atlanta. That goes and sets everything up. He sits down, does the podcast for an hour, and they clean everything up. That's all. It's maybe an hour.
It must
of
be
his
nice to
time.
have somebody to clean up.
Yeah,
I
must
eat
be
these
nice.
pretzels in studio and get yelled at.
But they take care of everything. He has nothing. There's no setup response. I mean, it's not like he's spending a lot of time on his off day doing that because they go into this house, they set it up, he sits down, he talks, and then he's off, and that's it. And they, do all the setup. So that's something that Mama told me.
Mama.
Parsons' mama.
Oh, you turned down the opportunity to go clubbing with Mrs. Parsons?
I don't think she was going clubbing with them.
She might have gone. You don't know. Is she single?
I'm not doing this with you.
I'm not doing this either.
I'm not doing this.
I'm
with
not.
you.
I'm
I'm
not.
asking a legit question.
But
If she is a married woman, I hope the union is blessed and that they are very happy. And if she's single, I hope she is having a great time.
I don't know what the situation is. I really haven't. Dad lives back at home, and she lives here.
Okay. I didn't know that. See, you actually know details. I'm
Yeah,
sure they're very happy
yeah.
together, and that sounds blessed.
I don't
to
know
me.
if they're together. I don't think they're together. But
I wouldn't worry about that.
I really haven't drilled down.
I don't know. I don't know if they're together. I don't think they're together, but I don't know if they're together.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, he lives there. She lives there. They ain't together. So I don't know what together is. But you know what I'm
Depends
saying.
on what the meaning of the word is.
So, but anyway, the bottom line, and he talked about leadership and it's important to him. And he's, the Cowboys have basically, in talking to Cowboy people, they've cleared the field for him to be the leader. They want him to be the leader. They want him to step in that realm. And he said, I felt it was my time last year. Pointedly again, I don't have to bump heads with anybody anymore. They move a different way. I move a different way. I don't have to bump heads with anybody more. It's my time now, which is what he tweeted. And that tweet that we talked about last week was purposeful. It meant something. When D-Law left, he said, it's my time now. He said, it's my time now to be a leader. And he's ready to step in that role. And he acknowledges, yes, I may have some failures in leadership in the past, but I've learned from that. I've grown from that. And I think I'm a better leader now.
I love a good leader tweet. You know, I love the leader firing off tweets. I like drama and chaos. Let's knock out the super chats, shall we? Captain Thunder jumped in?
Oh, no. Well, we don't want to recap that if he's not super chatting. No, I'm playing.
We don't listen.
We don't let Clarence talk. He just led the last 2 seconds.
Shutting Clarence down is the most important thing. He got a little too much confidence, you know?
The cameras, the lights and the cameras have changed you.
We got to bring him down a little bit.
You've changed.
Really? Because I had to go to this one
You
out
changed, bro.
I was at Michael Irvin's birthday party 2 weeks
changed,
ago.
bro.
You didn't come.
You
Joe
changed,
Where
bro.
was you? It was time to go to Michael Irvin's birthday party.
Where I'm always at.
Crib.
At the house.
Joe
That's what-
Hoyt would
but
have been at that after party standing on the table.
But that's the point.
With no shirt on.
That's
right.
your lane. You are the guy who goes out in these spaces. And all of a sudden, you had a prime example to go out. Right. You don't sleep.
You don't sleep.
You don't
I
sleep.
try to sleep.
But you had a prime example to go
But
hang
it's
out
important
with
to try to
3, 4,
sleep.
5, $6 million
You're
players.
not tired the next day. I'm tired in the morning.
Tired anyway. Chris is in the super chat. Deadline make deals, so August he will sign. Welcome to the Cowboys.
There
The
you
most
go.
maddening thing about the Dallas Cowboys.
Did you find a little senorita at the bowling event and stepped off? That's why you went home.
Jesse?
Sir.
That's a good question though. Did you?
Did you? I'm giving you an out. If you
you find
found
love?
if you had a little cinnamon apple that caught your eye and you said something to her, sweet little something in the ear, and y'all left together.
Sir, I was there to smooth and network.
and then you
then
turned
after-
down the ability to
Smooth.
smooth and
And then you
network.
turned
I
it
did
down.
smooth and network.
So did you go smooch after?
Wow.
Good question.
Wow.
Clarence?
You know,
Did you have a bowl of
your boy
cereal?
Law Nation was there. Shout out to Law Nation.
What's
And
a
he
guy
was
have
on the
a bowl?
phone.
Did
Man,
you have
need
a
to get
bowl of-
down here. There's some honey. I say, Law, they not here for you.
Did you?
No,
did-
but you catch the crumbs.
They not here for you.
That's the point. They're like, oh, I don't know how he knows these people, but he knows them in some way. I'll settle for this. And I don't mean that as an insult, Law. I don't mean that as an insult.
It's
I
a
just
settle.
mean that's the setup.
Sir.
It's a settle.
I
Sir.
can't get to Micah or Osa. This guy, clearly part of the crew. I'll take it.
Listen, I've been in these spaces. I understand the lingo. I've been doing this a long time.
Damn near 60 years.
I'm just saying.
Next month.
Been doing this a long time. You know,
If we set up a bachelor show,
I don't need everybody's crumbs.
if
I don't
we,
need crumbs.
Okay, but
at
I have a
this
new
point in my
I
life.
have a new question. If we
I
set
don't
up
need crumbs at this point in my
Jesse,
life.
chill out for a second. If we set up a DLLS production, Clarence Hill, The Bachelor,
Golden Bachelor.
will you do it?
We're not doing this.
We'll get 20 ladies. If you're interested and you're in the chat, send me a DM. And we're going to or if your mother you think might be
What
interested.
your mama look like?
Can we finish the DMs? Can we
What your mama look like?
Can we finish the
if
super
you have
chat?
lost your father in the last couple of
Oh
decades,
my
Wow.
God! The DLLF draft,
No.
the mama draft,
Y'all need to hook Jesse
the,
single. Hook Jesse
the
up.
mama draft.
Jamin is kind of cool. I'm sorry, it's Friday. It's not our fault. Hit the like button anyway, despite what this show's doing. Love you guys in the show. If the Cowboys never win another Super Bowl, at least we have this show to laugh, cry, and be angry together.
There you go.
Trade up for T. Who's T?
Ted. I
You
guess
don't have to trade up for that, I promise. Dan Myers is in here. Have a great weekend, guys. Love watching every day. These must have been before we got off the rails. Snails with a 20 bomb.
Let's go.
Which way gives Dallas the most wins this year with their first two picks? Replace positions if you want that still fit the theme. Run offense, O-line, running back, pass offense, wide receiver, tight end, run defense, linebacker, DT, pass defense, cornerback, defense. I think you pick two for the pass offense.
Let's go.
That's all I want. I just want to throw the ball all the time, and then whoever can run it. Get you a blocker,
TBT2.
get you a blocker and a receiver. Get to cooking. Keep up the good work. Must have been before we went off the rails. Funny how from the very beginning. Oh, thank you, Ham Zone. Armand now. Chill be hyping how he can hang with the young bulls all night, but
See?
now the age done caught up.
See,
Got to be
sir.
in bed by
See?
9.
See?
I can't hang.
Brian, Where did Aisha run off to? She's still doing draft analysis and stuff. Aisha's everywhere. She's everywhere.
Outside.
Bring her back to Club Pop Pop. She can go to Club Pop Pop because she might like Club Pop Pop.
Well,
Knowing that it closes at like
I'm about to say
6:30.
she got to get there before 9 because it's going to be closed at 9. Hey, listen to this, Joker, man. It's going to be closed by 9. So, Aisha, if you're watching, get the Club Pop Pop by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, buddy.
This is nasty work. Nasty work. I'm taking one for the show. Taking one for the team.
You didn't take one for the team.
Hey, you crushed it for the show today.
Being there was about the show.
All right, you're right. I'll give you that. But
Coming up next, some combination of the NFC East offseason's potential NFL rule changes, and then it's a mock draft Friday also coming up. All those things next on the DLLS Cowboys Podcast.
Now, you guys know there's only one person on this show that deals with Lucy and loves the product of Lucy.
Lucy in my mouth.
What?
That's nicotine pouches that go in your mouth.
Nicotine.
Or they got gum.
They're 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free. Lucy Breakers are nicotine pouches with an extra surprise that he likes in his mouth.
I do like that surprise.
Each pouch holds a capsule that can be broken, open to release extra flavor and hydration.
Love to get hydrated.
Set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door. We had a guy in the chat earlier that said he tried out Lucy and said, you know what? I'm going to have to use that subscription to go out there and get 20% off. And you too can use it. 20% off at Lucy using the promo code DLLS.
Tastes so good when it hits your lips.
Tastes so good when it hits your lips. He likes it in his mouth. Go get Lucy today.
Shout out to our friends at Sleeper as well, which is Clarence's nickname. The Sleeper.
Let me say this before we go on.
Age verified.
That's it. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. One of the products is nicotine. Nicotine is addictive chemical.
Yeah, Sleeper, you got to be an adult too. Sleeper, what you do is you make picks, right? You say, okay, I like sports. I'm going to watch all these different games, and I'm going to say, I think that Steph is going to have more points than they're projecting tonight. I think LeBron is going to have less rebounds because he's hurt, so he'll probably have 0. But that's what you're doing. You're getting on the Sleeper. You're making the picks in whatever sports, and the more picks that you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times your money. So check out our friends at Sleeper. New users can download the Sleeper app. Use the code DLLS Boys, and you'll get $55 in free entries when you place a $5 contest. You apply that to any contest. Doesn't have to be your first one. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states, including that's why. Check out Sleeper today. It's the DLS Cowboys podcast. Which one? What do you want to do? You want to do the NFC East? You want to do the rule changes? What do you think?
Let's go rule changes. I don't think we have enough time to do
the rule changes.
Let's do the rule changes.
I got hot takes on the potential rule changes in the NFL. You tell me the rule changes.
Okay.
I got hot takes.
All right. So in the offseason, the NFL Competition Committee, which, by the way, Stephen Jones is on the NFL Rules Committee.
Yeah, Jerry's on that owners whatever meeting stuff and told us, I know the salary cap and what it's going to do better than anybody, and then everybody else does it better than him. So Stephen, hopefully on the competition
Wait a second. You didn't have to take a shot at Jerry
Did not.
Like, that was
That
was
Did not.
unnecessary.
Out of the right field.
That was
pop.
Yeah, no.
Where Jeffrey takes shots.
Club Pop, where legends drop.
Jeffrey takes a shot. And Jerry every day.
In Club Pop.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
You got a Tia? You need a Tia, Clarence? You looking for a Tia?
Yeah,
You like tortas?
Yeah, torts. What does that say? What is that?
Don't worry about it.
All right, don't worry about it.
Thank you, Miguel.
All right, so some of the off-season rule proposals. So each team, they get a chance to come to the table with some proposed rule changes. And so I found a list that has some of the teams and some of the rule changes that they would like to see changed.
People do love lists.
Oh, shout out to Chris Arnold, Hall of Fame. Chris Arnold's like a, what, 2 or 3 times?
2 or 3 time Hall of Fame.
Hall of
People
Fame.
do love lists.
Yeah, he's an announcer at the AAC. Shout out to Chris Arnold. All right, so here are some of the most notable rule proposals for 2025. The Detroit Lions brought to the table, they said, we want to see the playoff format change. If this proposal is passed, there would be a major change in the NFL playoff seeding format heading into 2025. Under the Lions' proposal, a wild card team could be seeded higher than a division-winning team if the wild card team had a better record. All division winners should be guaranteed a playoff berth, but they wouldn't be guaranteed a home playoff game if the rule had been in place. For example, last season, the 14-3 Vikings would have been a 3rd seed in the NFC instead of a 5th seed.
Ready for my hot take on this?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That's my hot take.
That's not a...
No, I agree.
Well,
yeah, I agree.
Technically, you agree, but
No, you don't tell me about how I agree. I'm telling you I agree.
well, technically, it's understandable to have that point of view. The problem here is that the NFL puts so much emphasis on the division. All the division games at the end of the season.
The 7-9 division winning Seahawks or the Buccaneers when they were winning at 7-9. You don't get to host a playoff game.
I understand, but the format, the focus is so much about the division. You know, they make it about the conference, not the division. You know, just take the divisions out there. Take the division titles out.
I'd be fine if you took the divisions out, honestly.
Yeah, so,
I think that's fine.
But they put so much focus, especially on the scheduling, late season scheduling, on division games.
Right.
But I mean, the NFC South is booty butt, and the NFC North was 3 monsters. Why do I get punished and have to go on the road because your division sucked and mine was awesome? Like, I believe that the NFC North last year lost 4 games outside of division games. Total. All of them. Like, how are we getting punished and I got to go on the road because I could only win 14 in my stacked division and you snuck out 10 against butt, booty, and butt.
But
and
is that
you get to host a playoff game.
Is that why Minnesota lost?
No. It's
Minnesota has a history of playoff heartbreak going back to the Hail Mary.
That's
okay?
fine, but
I'm
Tampa,
just
you don't
saying,
deserve to host a game.
Okay, but that's not why they lost the first round game.
I'm not saying it's why they lost. I'm just saying I support the idea.
And Detroit
that
was
if I did better than you,
was a division winner, and they lost to a wild card team.
Well, they were beat to crap. That wasn't their fault.
Well,
they were hurt.
Those are facts. That's what the NFL is going to point out. You had a division winner who was a high-ranked seed, Detroit, and they lost to a wild card team.
Well, yeah, a division winner who was a high-seeded team also won the Super Bowl. And the high-seeded team that won their division was in the Super Bowl against them. So whatever, Clarence.
And they won their divisions.
Was it? And please don't nail me to the cross on this one.
I promise not to nail you to the cross.
Thank you,
Jesus.
Well, I mean, I am an image bearer of him, so I was made of his image.
Yeah, Black Jesus.
Well,
You too.
technically, he looked more like. Well, that's neither here nor there.
In between, probably.
No. Okay, that's neither here nor there.
Bronze.
Wasn't there a time when hockey?
Oh, don't ask me this.
Their playoff seeding, they kind of switched it up, and then like as they got to the playoffs,
Yes.
no matter where you were at, like
They changed things to make the division teams play each. Somebody's going to have to text this one in. Or chat
hockey
this one
fans. Where's
But
Lugs?
they did change it from just being like 1 through 8 to
Right.
like where are you in your division, and then the wild
I
cards
think
and
the
the
NBA does
matchup.
that, though.
And
They
then
just got,
every round they reseeded again.
yeah,
They reseed after every round.
right.
And I think they make division teams start the playoffs against each other.
Gotcha.
I think.
Okay. All right.
That's
Here's
my hockey knowledge for you. You're welcome.
Here's another notable rule. The Green Bay Packers and probably some other teams, and I think you're going to want to vote with this. The Packers want the tush push ban.
I support that.
This one is pretty simple. The Packers want the tush push out of the NFL. So would this be a rule? It would prohibit an offensive player from pushing a teammate who takes the snap from the center.
I think it's a dangerous play, and it needs to be out of the league.
I disagree.
I think it's very dangerous.
I disagree.
I'm here for player safety.
I disagree.
He's here for Cowboy wins.
Yeah.
The Eagles are good at it. We should ban it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's here for Cowboy wins.
It wouldn't matter. They'll still find a way to beat us.
I do have a problem with the pulling and pushing.
Well,
right,
this
aspect of it. It's
this
the pulling
rule,
forward. Because a lot of times it gets pulled forward. You're not supposed to pull them forward.
Right. But this rule specifically says, who takes a snap from the center.
Right.
So, because I know sometimes people argue back like, oh, well, running backs down the field, the linemen come and they push the pile, or they'll pull a guy into the end zone.
Right.
So they're saying that still would be in play.
Right.
It's just the guy who takes the snap from the center, pushing from behind there.
Right.
I don't have a problem with the play. I don't. I like the fact that somebody found a loophole and they got really good at it. They had a player in Jordan Mailata who comes from the rugby backfield.
Right.
And
background, yes.
Background.
Yeah.
And he figured it out, and they did it really well. And it's no different than the person who invented the forward pass. It's no different than the person who invented the sweep or invented the inward motion or the exit motion.
The what?
The what motion?
The inward motion.
the inward motion.
The N-word motion?
You got
Is
me.
that what you said?
And that's when you're going at the slot corner?
Right. That's on you, buddy.
Inward motion, the exit motion. It's no different than those guys who invented that.
And the truth is that it only works with Jalen Hurts. It don't work with the backup.
Ask what's my guy in Buffalo?
Josh Allen.
He got stopped a couple times trying to tush push.
Yeah, or old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Whatever you want to call it. They just don't do it as well as Philadelphia.
I am with Clarence. I think we don't need to. Like, if you want to smash into each other and go try to get a first down and get your 1 foot, that's great. It's just weird to have a bunch of people standing behind you also pushing you forward like that. Now we're rugbying. Like, let's just QB sneak it. We don't need to push. We don't need people pushing.
All right, the next one, the Eagles want the same rules for postseason and regular season overtimes. We know that there's 2 different rules for overtime in the postseason and the regular season. Under the current rule, overtime in the regular season is only 10 minutes, and the team that gets the ball first can end the game with a touchdown. Under the overtime rules in the postseason, the period is 15 minutes, and both teams are guaranteed a possession, even if the team that gets the ball first scores a touchdown.
I have a hot take on this. I think you have to ban the tush push because of player safety, even though no one got hurt on that play. But I think it would keep everyone safe. I'm anti-player safety when it comes to overtime.
More football?
And yes, I would like the game to be fair. If they score a touchdown, good for them. My turn. Let's see if I can score a touchdown. I support fair overtime.
Yeah, I mean, it should be the postseason rules. And obviously they're doing the regular season because they're trying to, limit play and don't want these longer games and stuff like that. And overtime, it means more. But every game means means a lot. And you talk about whether it's a game in September, a game in December, they count the same. And we talking about, division title winners, wild card winners. Everybody should have an equal chance to win. And the postseason rule is fair. It should be done in the regular season as well.
If you really want to do pretend it's about player safety, there is no overtime. We end regulation and tie. Move on. If the interest is just hey, it's the regular season, so we don't have to do as much as if it was a playoff game, don't do overtime. Let's have ties. More ties.
All right, and this is the last one that we'll talk about. The Lions want to eliminate the automatic first down for defensive holding and illegal contact calls. If a defense gets called for either of these 2 penalties, the Lions don't want it to lead to an automatic first down for the offense.
You know why the Lions are proposing that?
Why?
Because they're handsy and physical, and they get the most penalties doing that sort of stuff.
As the article reads, the Lions were called for the most defensive holding penalties in 2024.
I have a hot take on this one.
What's your hot take?
I think it should be up to me.
To who?
Me.
You? The white man or to Jeff?
Me. Because here's the thing. The right answer doesn't really work because I don't trust other people. But yes, if it is 3rd and 36 and there's a defensive hold while a guy's running a slant, and even if there was no hold and you let him catch it, 6 people were going to tackle him 15 yards before the first, then I get it. I don't want to give you a free first. But if a dude runs a stop and go on 3rd and 10 and you hold him because he's going to score a touchdown and he has you beat, I do want that to be a first down. Because you were beat like a drum. They're just very different circumstances, but it's the same penalty, and you just have to have one set of rules.
But the circumstance, you 3rd and 36. Why the hell are you holding?
That's a fair point. You know what? It's fine.
Why
Stop
are you being
holding
dumb?
Him. Stop holding him. Clarence talked me out of it. Stop holding him.
Why are you holding
Don't be dumb. It's 3rd and 30. It doesn't matter if he catches the slant. That's on you.
I'm all for any offensive rule that continues to give the offensive wide receiver an advantage. I'm a receiver. I'm biased. That's just what it is.
One thing I would like, though, I think pass interference should be reviewed.
That's fair.
Already.
We got to get tired of this. It's too long. Because those plays mean so much.
You're right.
And there are some questionable pass interference penalties that cost people games, and because of the big yardage on the ones way down the field.
Right.
And that's really what it is that's why the college rule is different. You get 15 yards, but goodness, a 40-yard bomb, they have to be reviewed.
They should just do it. Just do everything up top. Buzz down. You were wrong. Put the ball back. Yeah. Done. We don't have to throw flags and do all that. Just buzz them. Hey, You were wrong. Put the ball back. Hey, you missed it. Put them down there 60 yards. Like, just get it right. We can do that. We can do this. Also, I need to let you guys know, I told you about our friends at Sleeper and the promo code DLLS Boys, which is the hookup. We got a competition going on up here. I'm in second. Okay, yeah.
You're the first loser.
I'm creeping on Jeff Wilson. Now, Jeff Wilson's a tough one, you know. He's a smart cookie. Sam, not too bright. Not worried about him catching up. I'm going to hunt Jeff down in the Sleeper. You can see Bobby's in that thing. He's making picks. Use the promo code. Yeah, Bobby's actually hitting his submit button more often, which is great. Coming up next, it's a mock draft Friday.
Mock it up.
It always is. For the right amount of money, we'll pick your player. Just send in a super chat. We mock it up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. We do want to encourage you to be a diehard. Today's a good day for it because our very own Clarence Hill was with Micah Parsons last night, had exclusive information on the...
Could have been all night.
Could have been with him for longer, but he was with him, and no other beat writer was.
Never said that.
And that's the sort of exclusive content you get when you're signed up to be a diehard at alldlls.com. As somebody said in the chat, he said he was about to say something about Osa, and I cut him off to do comedy bits. And I don't remember what it was, but I'm sure it's in the article. Whatever.
No, it's not. But yeah, we'll talk about it.
No, you can go ahead. We got 2 minutes to fill talking about.
Well, Osa just talked about supporting Micah and them being a leader, and obviously Osa was one of the people that had Micah's back when he was going against DeMarcus Lawrence last week, and just him being at the event and how they feel it's their time to take the next step.
Shocking that he's on Micah's side against the guy who just left the team and talked crap about the
organization.
organization.
Kevin Hart in the 40-year-old version, he was like, "Oh, you with him? Both of y'all." Clapping both of y'all up. That's what Tech is saying right now. Oh, you with him? Both of y'all.
Sign up to be a diehard. Both of y'all.
Yeah, both of y'all.
alldlls.com/diehard, or you can use the QR code that's on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube and some days you don't have access to watching, you can listen to our show back wherever you listen to your podcast. I need you to know that. But alldlls.com, what you get a free t-shirt when you sign up to be a diehard from our merch store. They're badass. You get 20% discounts on events that we have, including our golf tournament that's coming up on April 25th. Check our website for deets and to get signed up for that bad boy. You get a carrying card that I can't get. See that? The inaugural Lone Star Open. I'm going to be out there crushing first, then throwing darts. Huh? If you're smoking hot, sign up to play with me. That goes for males and females. alldlls.com/diehard. It's a mock draft Friday on the DLLS Cowboys show.
Mock draft Friday!
Not just males and females. Whatever you identify as. If you're good looking, get on my team.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do this.
Before we get into that, there's a little breaking news. Aaron Rodgers is at the Steelers facility today.
You heard Cam Hayward say, "You either be here or you don't, my boy."
I want Aaron Rodgers to be a Steeler so bad.
I honestly...
I want to see Mike Tomlin deal with Aaron Rodgers.
I think Mike Tomlin can rein them in. I do. I think Mike Tomlin can be real enough to rein him in. I wanted him to go to the Giants.
Yeah.
So he could just be hell on earth.
Yeah.
He's not going to do all that. Like, I think Mike Tomlin will cut him in the middle of the year if it gets too bad.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin, we don't want hostages, we want volunteers.
Yeah.
Do you want to be here?
And they have a good enough leadership group where guys like Hayward will go to Mike Tomlin and says, "Bro, get him out of here."
Just beat Aaron up.
Might.
Just whoop him.
Might.
Now we mock draft. We're prepared to mock draft.
Yep.
Rodgers, Metcalf, and Pickens crash outs are going to be crazy. That will be fun. All right, we're mock drafting on a Friday. Let's see what we're cooking with here.
Look at trades before.
Is it already our pick? No, you hit hit the start button. Hit the start button. And we have to establish the rules. What are we doing? What we think the Cowboys would do, or what we want to do?
All I'm saying is I'm not pushing my Jesse Holly agenda. You're starting to hear the name around that number 12 pick, Emeka Egbuka.
Are we?
Where'd you hear that name?
You're seeing a lot of people talking about that.
Clarence, what is he talking about?
I'm telling you. Okay, I'll send you guys the links.
What's he talking about?
To be
I'll
fair,
send you guys the
that
links.
has been his agenda for a while.
Well, he said he
No,
wasn't
no,
pushing
his
the
agenda. I just haven't seen anybody else agenda.
All right. Don't be shocked.
Why, you want to pick him? I bet
Nobody
we can
has
pick
him that high now.
I bet we can pick him. I bet we can pick him.
First
let's
round.
see. Cam Ward got picked. Harmon Bimbo. Abdul Carter.
Travis
Is
Hunter.
that Travis Hunter?
Yep.
Mason Graham. Will Campbell. Michael Williams.
Yep.
Shamar Stewart.
Yep.
Ashton Jeanty.
To the
Todd
Saints.
Campbell and Mike Green.
Jihad Campbell and Mike Green. Oh, boy, we're loaded up. We can get whatever the hell we want. Look at us. We're cooking.
I think you have to take Tet.
For who? For what? I thought you hated Ted.
I don't.
Or no, you hate Ted.
I don't hate Ted. I'm not the biggest fan of Ted.
Oh, this is a good.
Well, it's a good super chat. Is Ibuka at 12 settling from night 405?
Nope.
I think every pick at 12 is settling. Guillotine, 7 o'clock on the dot. Sleep in Club Pop Pop.
This is so not true. I mean, first of all, you can't let one moment, one night, one decision shape a history.
That opportunity,
Club Pop Pop.
that opportunity may never come again.
I've had a lot of opportunities.
And this one you fumbled.
I did not fumble it.
Rollo Rolo's in the super chat. Myles Garrett got mad at Mason Rudolph for using the N-word motion. Nesto is Inward. I-N. Nesto is in the super chat. Micah, yeah, that's my boy. We rep the same smart tech.
Yeah. What did I do? That's from the reference. He referenced the Kevin Hart 40-year version. Smart tech.
I will tell you, I saw a mock draft.
Yes.
Done by a next-gen stats nerd that had Michigan defensive tackle Kenneth Grant going at number 12. How much would Cowboy fans love a nose tackle from Michigan in the first round?
That would send people.
Their comp was Dexter Lawrence.
Again, I would love Sexy Dexy, but
you tell me he's Dexter, I'd take that pick in a heartbeat.
Yes. Again, this sexy pick, Jerry, Sexy Jerry.
All right, I only have one rule.
We need
Scary Jerry?
Yeah. Sizzle and sexy. We need
Sizzle
some.
Jones?
We need some sexy. We need some with some sizzle.
Sexy
at
Jones?
12.
Ted's not sexy and sizzly.
He's a receiver. Yes, he is.
What are we looking at here?
Under Jerry's eyes,
We're looking at. I don't like any of it, and I'm not going to like any of it. You know who the best pick might be if he's actually healthy is Josh Simmons, the left tackle at Ohio State. But the Cowboys wouldn't do it. They wouldn't pick a left tackle.
No, not back-to-back years.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Because they're going to tell you that they already got their left tackle.
Yes.
They picked him last year in the first round.
Jesse's guy.
Who, Jesse's guy?
Mecca Abuka.
We got to make a book of. I mean,
Go get me an offensive lineman.
I only got one rule, and my rule is Ashton Jeanty is gone. You do not pick a running back. That's my only rule. So you want a receiver, you want an offensive lineman.
Yep.
Now what?
I don't think they're picking a running back. Ashton Jesse's gone.
They shouldn't. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. It's a good scoop. It's a scoop that I need to hear. Take Tyler Warren. I have seen no. I was reading the chat. I have seen multiple people now who have 2 tight ends in the top 10 of like players in this draft, but I can't be picking a tight end in the top 12. I love Malachi Starks. I can't pick a safety in the top 12. I can pick a receiver. I can pick an offensive lineman.
Okay, pick a receiver. Pick one. You're the deciding vote because he got Tet. I got Tet and he got a Mecca Abuka.
I just want to trade down at all times.
Okay,
that's all I care about.
Who we
It's
picking?
not sexy though.
But we could trade down and pick the same player. We don't have to pick him now. I'm going to pick a Mecca Abuka just for the hell of it.
You want to go?
Yeah, pick Abuka.
We're
just
going with Jesse's agenda.
just to make people mad.
Let's go.
I want to make people mad on a Friday.
All right. Round 2.
All right, we got a receiver.
What running backs are still available?
Running backs.
Care about no damn running backs.
Really?
I don't care about running.
Who's available?
That's Scatterboo, baby. Let's get
You
it.
have a Scatterboo.
Let's get it,
Scatterboo
baby.
didn't even work out the other day at Pro Day. What was that all about?
That I
gonna do
can,
it
I can tell you exactly why he didn't work out. Cam Scadaboo runs a 4.8.
I don't know.
And I am not exaggerating. He runs a 4.8. That's why he didn't work out.
You got Henderson. You got Jukins. Caleb Johnson.
My order on that is Travion Henderson and then Caleb Johnson. Out of all those people.
Who else is available? Can you go back to the main list?
I don't want to use a running back in the second round either.
You don't want to run back in the second round?
No, you know who I do like? Trey Amos, the Ole Miss corner. We need corner help.
We need corners.
We need corners, Cat. We need corners.
Any DTs up there?
Oh yeah, let's take a look at the DTs. The hard part is that next time we're gonna use a different simulator.
Yeah.
Because this is all based on their rankings.
Right.
And it's like, so the names that you're gonna see is the ones that Pro Football Focus thinks are the best players.
Shamar Turner's there.
Alfred Collins should be higher than that. Alfred Collins is worth this pick.
Right.
Nose tackle at Texas. Boy, they love CJ West. I'd like him in the third round.
What about Turner? A&M.
Turner's nice, but I can't have Turner and Sam Williams on the same team. That's too many punches. It's too many 15-yard penalties. I just can't have it. Amos or Ravel at corner. Turner, if you want a 3-tech. Collins, if you want a nose tackle. What else were we looking at? Running backs?
We had looked at running backs. And you had...
Go get me a corner, man.
You want a corner?
I want a corner.
Take Trey Amos.
Trey Amos,
Ole Miss, corner. Bang, bang, bang.
Third round.
Dylan Sampson. Pick's already made for us. You can click on running backs, but I think this one's going to be easy because Dylan Sampson's going to be the best running back available, and they desperately want a running back.
There's your guy.
Which one?
Harvey.
I like Harvey too. I think Sampson's more consistent. You'd be more comfortable giving him a bunch of carries. So I think, I think we're going to come out of here with that run. Let me think. I have started because I've seen too many running backs. I think there's like 18 guys in this draft class that are going to carry the ball as a rookie in the NFL. Part of me wants to say, I don't give a damn about a running back in the first 3 rounds. Talk to me in the 5th, and I'll go pick.
All right, let's look at the D tackle then.
What about the 4th? Okay.
You taking unnecessary shots at Jerry.
You're
too.
taking shots. Yeah.
Look at you guys twinning. The shot taking twins.
It's my osmosis. I've heard
the
enough
shot
of
taking
that.
twins.
Let's look at D
I
tackle.
gotta do the Joe comment.
Let's look at D tackle right quick.
Let's see the defensive tackle. So we're cooking with. Find me a good one. You give me a good one, I'll tell you we ain't worry about running back to the 5th round. D-line, yeah, D-line. D-line is where it'll be listed. CJ West, there's you an athletic defensive tackle with some pretty good tape.
Would you rather have him or the running back for Tennessee? Knowing you can probably get another running back when they move back into the 4th round.
Yeah, I think defensive tackle is harder to make this thing stretch than running back is. I do like Sampson, though. I need more picks. We should have traded down. Y'all screwed up. For the people, take Dylan Sampson. The people are going to demand that we get a running back. Yeah, we need a running back. Go ahead and take him. Move on with our day.
Here we go.
I got to tell you, we did fine.
That's great.
We did fine.
BBA.
We did fine.
Oh, man.
Great
draft.
And one rule is we don't care about their grades because if you just pick the guy at the very top, whether you think he's any good or not, you get an A+. So we don't worry.
B+.
I know, but that's in this case.
C's get degrees.
Yeah, in this case, they were right, and we liked the right players, and that was fine.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
How did Armand jump up so much?
Armand Membu is an offensive tackle. He played right tackle at Missouri.
Did he run fast?
A lot of he had an incredible combine.
Fast.
He had an incredible combine. The measurables are really good, and the
There you
tape's
go.
good too. There were people already that had him as the 2nd or 3rd or 4th offensive lineman, and then after the combine, I was like, I think people are hearing from the NFL that the NFL loves him, and so now he's going in the top 10 in like every mock draft. He ain't he's probably my 4th or 5th best probably 5th best offensive lineman. But what are you gonna do? You know, predicting the future is hard. Some people love that dude. I don't. I think he gets pushed around a little bit. I don't think he gets mad at all. And I like angry offensive linemen. Like when you have a chance to dirt somebody, please do. That's offensive line play, according to Jeff. B+, nice. Yeah, we did okay.
All right.
We did fine. The thing is we got to trade down in the 1st round. That's what we got to do. And once we do that, we'll really be cooking with bacon grease, which I have been doing lately. I make my bacon, and then I make my eggs in the bacon grease. So I'm actually cooking with bacon grease.
That's a little bit too much.
Eggs and bacon grease?
Yeah. You make some bacon.
You're cooking with water right now.
That's
sir.
too much.
You
bro.
make the
That's too
bacon.
much.
You pour the eggs into the bacon grease.
You make the bacon and then you cook the eggs
In the
leftover
grease.
bacon.
No, you pour that out and then put the eggs in there.
Why?
With like the everybody's
Yeah.
different. Enjoy your eggs however you want to enjoy your eggs.
Thank you. Everybody have a great weekend. Let's see if we can convince Clarence to go out and do something with somebody.
And then
And
be any bit 9 o'clock.
remember,
It was not 9 o'clock. It was
Yeah.
already out. It was not 9 o'clock.
remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. So be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies and bedtime.
We all silly like the mayor.